There's a relationship between prayer and the prophetic. There's a relationship between worship and the prophetic. Do you know that if we bring Minister Theophilus back now and we start worshiping now for the next 5 minutes, some of you will begin to see things that are close to you? If your heart is aligned. Look at Daniel. Give me Daniel chapter 1. Give me verse 17. Daniel chapter 1 verse 17. As for these 4 young men, God gave them knowledge and skill in all literature and wisdom. And Daniel had what? Understanding in what? All visions and dreams. Notice that the first 3, what was given to them were earthly things. They had knowledge and skill in what? All literature. They could read any book, they could do all things, they had wisdom. These were all earthly things. But for Daniel, God gave him something unique. He had access to heavenly things. He had understanding in all visions and dreams. Give me Daniel chapter 5, verse 10. Daniel chapter 5, verse 10. Now, you know this story? You know this story? Do you know this story? A finger had written on the wall, right? And after the finger had written, the king was troubled. And because there was nobody that understood what it is that was written. So, the queen came to the banquet hall because of the words of the Lord, because of the words of the king and his lords. She came to the banquet hall. And she spoke to the king saying, live forever. Do not let your thoughts trouble you or not let your countenance change. Because the king was worried. She now said, there is a man in your kingdom in whom is what? You know this Old Testament. What would have been written if this was New Testament would be, there's a man in your kingdom who is born of the Spirit. Are you here? There's a man in your kingdom who has been regenerated. His spirit man has come alive. And in the days of your father, light, wisdom, understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, were found in him. And King Nebuchadnezzar, your father, the king, made him chief of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, and soothsayers. Now, it seems that the reverse is the case. Diviners, soothsayers, false prophets seem to be the ones that are gathering people to themselves. And those who have the spirit of the Holy God are the ones going to the diviners. In the day of Daniel, in Daniel's day, the Chaldeans, the diviners, the soothsayers, the astrologers, all bowed to the wisdom and the grace that was at work in the life of Daniel. Bro, is a caricature. For one that is born of the Spirit, to be going to a prayer house where they are throwing things for you. The problem is that you don't know that you are saved. You do not know that there is a facility in your spirit that grants you access. You are running around because somebody told you your phone number. Some of you, your journey ended in keke because somebody that entered keke with you say, Antonia. You say, hey, how you tell know my name? You say, I see this. You say, say, take my card. Meet me at social place. Now your entire life is tied to the apron of a devil. A demon has taken over your destiny. Do you know, I found out in my work with God that sometimes, and I can give you practical examples in my own life, and if you go and listen to the teachings of men who have worked with God, they will tell you. Do you know, when Satan has looked for every occasion to try and derail you, he can send you a word to try to corrupt your walk with God. Somebody was talking to me. He did not know anything about immorality until a false prophet looked at him and said, I see lust is a woman that will bring you down. that day, he didn't know that Satan was looking for an occasion. Immediately that word entered into his spirit and he began to dwell on it. A gate had been opened. And he found out that he that was not struggling with lust before now began. Do you know why the Bible says test all spirits? If the wrong spirit speaks a word to you and you believe it, you are finished. You are finished. That spirit will now occasion a government in your soul. That's why people who come to me, do you know, I've taught you people many times. A prophet should validate what God has told you in secret. Validate it. When I walked into the office of my father in the Lord the first time and he held my hand, the things he said to me in that first meeting were to confirm the things God had been saying to me all my life. But anybody speaks into your soul. Anybody speaks into your spirit. Somebody comes and tells you, I see a demon walking around. You say, hey, what do I do now? Immediately you have accepted. You have opened the gate. You have opened the gate. And this thing that they do now, that all they tell you, hey, witches are troubling you, but I will tell you what to do. Then they pray for you. And then you go. I went somewhere many years ago. I kept asking God, why are you telling me to go to this meeting? Because the person that came, all the time I have watched him on TV, even though he's a big man of God, my spirit will always revolt. I never knew why. So that day I was on a long fast. That was the day I was to break dry. And the Lord woke me and said, go to that meeting. So I got up and I went to the meeting. Crowds everywhere. It was a field in Warri. Crowds. So I even had to stand on a chair so I could see above the heads, as tall as I am. So I could see what was happening. Then I sat down. I don't have strength for this. I met some of my church members there. There's somebody there? Pastor, you come to us. I not come. They send me. They send me. I not just wake up, say they come here. They send me. So I sat down. Lord, why did you tell me to come here? Then I heard a word of knowledge, so-called word of knowledge that came from the man's mouth. Then I knew. I was worried. I now knew that this is why God said I should come there. Because by that word of knowledge that he told that man, he made him a slave. And I heard God clearly. He said, this is what you must never become. Never become. Divine disclosures are not for you to begin to lord yourself over people, to prove to people that you know things that they do not know. Divine disclosures are opportunities for God to use you to establish his counsel in the earth. Some of you are struggling right now, and I thank God that a man I can call a genuine prophet, he's coming. And when he comes, some of you that strange prophetic waters have stirred your soul. Sunday night will be a purification exercise. Destinies will be restored. Tonight, my own assignment tonight is to bring you to a place where you will cry to God. Cry to him. That those instruments that allow you to access heavenly things, he will restore to you. Prayer. You see, don't be a creature of prayer that just prays for the sake of praying. The end game of prayer is the ear of God. If you don't get there, you have not prayed. If you don't arrive there, you have not prayed. This same Daniel, we don't have the time, I want us to pray. This same Daniel, the Bible says that when the king had a dream, he said, the only person I will believe is the one that can tell me the dream and then tell me the interpretation. He said, because I know you people, I know you. You can cook up lies and tell me that is what the dream means. You know you like looking for people to interpret your dream. Sometimes I need to shout on people on WhatsApp. There was a young man, I told him off. I said, if you are looking for an oracle, Go to the shrine. Go to the shrine. One came to me, sat down with me, and I'm working. I don't have office here. I'm working in the office. So as you're talking to me, I have to be doing things in my head. Some people that have come to see me will tell you, sometimes I have to get up, go and do this, come back. Told me a long story. I was like, when he finished, I said, don't go to Ghana. Don't go. 2 days ago, he sent me a message on WhatsApp. He said, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know if you will ever forgive me. I'm in Ghana. I said, You know, because I did not do some strange things. You know, we like mystical things. If as he had come, I did. Then as he sat down, I see a wind coming from that window now. And as the wind is blowing, I'm hearing, don't go, don't go, don't go. Then he will go back and say, Kai, the man they see. As you are talking to me, God is speaking to me. Now he went to Ghana and wasted his time. Does he know how many years he has set himself back because of disobedience? You know, we don't know that spiritual things are dicey. One mistake can mean 15 years. 15 years. 15 years. 15 years. We want to beg God tonight. Restore my hunger for prayer. Restore it. This Daniel. After they said, tell me the dream, tell me the interpretation. Daniel was somewhere. He now heard. When they had tested everybody, nobody could provide an answer. The king became wroth. He said, I will kill all of you. Kill. The king was not joking. And Daniel was doing his things normally. Oh my God, there's a peace that comes when you know how to access heavenly things. There's a peace. It's when he saw people running helter-skelter, he stopped one person. What did happen? He said, not be smart, you know. The king go kill everybody by money. He said, why the matter serious like that? This is the Pidgin English Bible. He said, why the matter serious like that? He said, Carl. He said, what the king is asking for, no king has ever asked a mortal before. The problem is that they were mortals. The thing about Daniel was that there was another spirit at work on his inside. The thing that is holding people bound in your compound, if it is holding you bound, is because you do not know that in you dwells the spirit of the Holy God. A witch wants to come and press you in the night. She should be checking the names on the doors first. She should know that if she enters your room, she's finished. She's finished. There are places that if you enter, it should automatically translate to the fact that it will be like it is Jesus that walked in there. Daniel immediately took his garment, walked into the office of the king. He said, oh king, I didn't come to tell you to change your mind. Give me time to burn incense. If I enter there with my censer, I know how to ascend that ladder. I know how to ascend it. He said, give me time. And the good thing about it was that he knew he had a gift, but a gift is not enough. The way your gift becomes potent is that you water it with prayer. God had already given Daniel the gift to interpret visions and dreams. He could have just stood before the king and said, this gift is my gift, let me activate it. He said, give me time. Because there are certain matters, if you want to access heavenly things, because no mortal could have given that answer. That thing that was shown to the king was a heavenly matter. It was a council decision. No eye of a mortal could have seen it. So Daniel said, give me time. I know that these things are heavenly things. I want to go and entreat the Lord. As he was rushing to his room, he remembered that he had rugged men like himself. And he stopped. He said, Daniel, he said, Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, Kasala, don't burst. He said, join me to pray. Join me to pray. When you initiate corporate prayer like that, then God will go to the man with the gift. He could have shown that thing to either Hananiah, Azariah, or Mishael. He went to the one with the gift, because that's the one that bore the crown in the spirit of that gift. And the Bible says that the vision, the mystery, was shown to Daniel in a night vision. That means he started praying in the morning. By night time, a divine disclosure had occurred. How come you stay in prayer for long and you come out empty-handed? Tonight we want to beg God, quicken us, and we will call upon your name. Put fire in my censer. In case you came to this meeting with a dead prayer life, you are the one to beg God tonight. Beg him tonight. I want to be a partaker of heavenly things. I don't know how you did it to Daniel, but will you?